speculation is a constant fear for a lot of businesses here.
She's capable of moving into a lot of different spots in Eureka. We can't. We're really limited in what we can do because of the permitting process with the city.
Having us be closed right now is pretty much a death sentence.
A beloved local latte shop out because coffee closes, but not because they wanted to. The lease for the coffee shop in Old Town Eureka not renewed to make way for a cannabis lounge to move in. Some saying that's just plain fair capitalism. Others concerned about the cannabis industry possibly pushing out more local business. Until recently, because coffee has been a fixture of the Old Town atmosphere, providing folks with a hometown vintage feel, serving up coffee and positive vibes, but it's right next door to a very popular cannabis dispensary, Ecocann, and the Ecocann owner wanting to expand. The owner of Because Coffee says the landlord gave her a notice to vacate so Ecocann can put in the area's first cannabis smoking lounge. Prompting the question, is Because Coffee moving because of weed? I spoke with the owners of both businesses, and here's what they tell me.
We just want to make people really good coffee.
Katie Hennessy opened this cafe with passion, sweat, and tears.
Do you want room for cream? Yes, please.
But now the tears are flowing for a different reason.
This isn't Vegas. We don't need to implode a building to start a new business here. There are vacant spaces all over.
Jeff Piel owns the cannabis dispensary in Eureka, and they're expanding.
She has her loyal customers, and, they're upset with us because, we're, quote, forcing her out. And we made her a significant offer.
Can you say what the offer was?
I'd rather not say, but, let's just put it this way. Her request or demand was absurd. I wouldn't pay that to my mother.
What I've been offered as relocation help is I've been offered $2,500 when I move out tomorrow, and $2,500 30 days later, and $5,000 90 days later.
A total of $10,000, which she says just isn't enough to pay for relocation, infrastructure modifications, and lost income.
Summer months are that's how we sustain the rest of the year. No business in Old Town would sell for less than $35,000, and I don't want to sell or move, so they should probably be more generous than just bare bones offers.
Right.
I'm not for sale. I didn't want to move.
Like I told her, I'm not buying your business. I'm taking over your spot, and I'm offering you some money to help you make that transition.
But there are several vacant spaces within steps of the Ecocann forefront, so we asked why they chose hers.
It's going to be a smoke lounge, and one of the reasons that space is ideal for us is because these two spots used to be the S&K's card room, and so it has ventilation for smoking.
Hennessy says she's worried that her story could be one of many to come as the pot industry grows.
This is not a good decision for all of Eureka. If businesses can be snuffed out for another business to take an occupied space, that discourages people from putting in improvements into any of these buildings.
Look, this is the way I'd explain it to people is, this is business, right? Businesses have to do certain things in order to prosper.
They should have done this ethically. They should have done this in a way that didn't end a business. The weed industry needs support, but it also needs to be a good industry and good business. And what happened with them is just bad business all around.
And there's a GoFundMe set up for Hennessy to help with relocation expenses. We asked the Eureka City manager if he thinks the cannabis industry is helping or hurting the local economy.
We now have about 300 employees working in legal cannabis businesses in Eureka. That number will be even higher by the end of the year. I think in some cases, the marijuana businesses have had the impact of raising rents. Ecocann was our first retail business in town, and there's always going to be that issue of whether they're pushing someone. It's really up to the owner of the buildings who they rent to. So that really becomes a kind of a decision made by private property owners.
And Ecocann says they are the #1 dispensary north of the Bay Area.